Okay.
Yeah, well, that's all John Carpenter, right? Because John Carpenter does those goofy ones, but then he does like The Thing, which is not goofy at all.
That's one of my favorite movies, dude.
That is one of my favorite movies also. That movie's fantastic.
It's the best. It's amazing. Yeah. You ever seen The Thing, Nasty Nathan Shark?
I've seen both The Things. I've seen
I never saw that new one.
The new one was kind of scary. The old one was also kind of scary. Good movies. Good movies all around.
The old one wasn't kind of scary.
To the old one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard bad things.
I like how the old one does a really good job at it doesn't build tension like in a long burning way. It's like lots of short burning tension where it's like they'll set up like, oh, this dog is all messed up, but then it just I feel like with a body snatcher type movie, you're gonna dwell on things for a while, but it's like lots of scenes that are set up really quickly and then have like really like they'll build tension for like really like it'll build up tension really quickly and then it'll pay off right away.
Yeah.
And it just is like it's very incredibly paced. I really like that movie.
I'd like to build up some tension quickly here.
Okay.
Because Pat, I'd like to unpack this and build tension. Pat,
sure.
You say you've never seen the new Thing movie, which was like 10 years ago now, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you say, I haven't heard good things, and you're willing to make that judgment. When, clearly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What's
Pat,
the
I think I think of you as a man of taste. A man with his finger on the pulse of the people.
Yeah.
And now, Pat, how long is your no-fly list for movies?
I don't know if I have a no-fly list like you do. It's really like a sliding scale, and you got to add. There's factors like boredom or company. Like I'll watch a movie with somebody that's like, if I go to a friend's house and they got some garbage on, there's a much higher threshold for the things I'll watch at somebody else's place, right? Than there is when I'm by myself. So there's also boredom. Like sometimes you're just like, wow, what do I got to do today? It's like I guess I could watch some Forged in Fire, and you got to be pretty bored to watch a show about making knives. But like when you're in that zone, when you're in that spot of like peak boredom to some garbage movie, they might swoop in, and you might find yourself just hate watching a movie for an hour and a half. So I don't know. I don't know if I don't think I have hard numbers, but I definitely will have a little more acceptance and watch some trash if I'm very bored or at somebody's house.
Let's dig further. So, Pat, you seem to be a man of no morals or ethics as it's being perceived to me. Because instead of having a regimented, this is my movies that I will not watch list, for example, I will never watch Raging Bull because I'm a Rocky man. Done.
Yeah, it's one
as
of the
we've
other.
established.
Yeah. Anode diode.
And you are willing to write off The Thing, which in actuality is a prequel of The Thing.
Yeah,
not a remake.
Here's why. Because I love The Thing. I love the first one so much. And that came out when they were doing all these like garbage reboots. Like that came out around the same time that they rebooted like RoboCop, do you remember? And they made it PG-13. And a big part of the
Michael Keaton.
It was terrible. But a big part of the reason that The Thing is scary is because there's a lot of stuff you don't know. Like the aliens are truly alien in that movie. And not knowing what happened to the previous team is part of that unknowing, right? The more you explain about the big bad guy or like this magic, the less magical it is, the less scary it is. So like they just like are really undercutting a big portion of the main one. And the other thing was there was a lot of reports that like it started out with like super awesome practical effects, and then like the company, because practical effects are like a huge part of that movie. Like the body horror in The Thing is as good as it gets for me. It's so frightening. I've had actual nightmares because of it. It's just so good. It's awesome. And they're all done practically. And then this one, they were like, they started doing it practically, and then the studio was like, no. And they made it all digital. And I don't know, man, something about digital horror, like you can tell it's not a real thing. And there's just that disconnect, and it's less frightening.
You know what, Pat? I respect your opinion, but I do have to say, it really seems like can you rephrase what you said? You said if you have to explain it outwardly, it's not scary. Did you
kind
just
of.
explain
I said the more you
why
explain,
the scary movie was scary? If this movie really terrified you, you wouldn't even be able to talk about it, Pat.
Yeah, I would.
Think about the
lots of movies terrified me.
you've ever
so
seen.
scary.
You're
It
keeping
leaves
that
you
under
speechless.
wraps, taking it to the grave.
I could talk to you about Hereditary all day. That movie scared the hell off me. It was the hell out of me. And it's just like, it's great. It's amazing. It's perfect.
Scared the hell off me.
Yeah. I have no hell left on me, boys. But no, that movie's great. No, I can talk about it all day. The more you explain, the worse the villain is. The worse the scary thing is. The more you know about something, the less frightening it is. That's all. That's just truth right there.